With you, dude? What up with you? What up with you, dudes? What's up with you? Coming at you, Momo Good. Yo, somebody said, it's YouTube. Somebody always got something to say. Let me sit down. What up, dude? Yo, somebody was like, yo, Tone, seems like you just go to other people's channel and get all this information and then regurgitate it. I'm just like, it's a conversation. That's what you do in a conversation. But I don't get all my intel. They were trying to besmirch. They were trying to besmirch my credibility in saying that I don't have any foresight on the NFL being fixed. And I'm like, okay, that's fine if that's what you think. You ain't gotta, start calling me out my name. So I blocked them because I don't go for none of that. But nonetheless, okay, when somebody makes a comment like that, I start thinking, other people who feel the same way. Now, do I go and get material from First Take and all those other guys? I don't get material from them as in to take their material. I use it sometimes to reinforce. Now, Donald Gilbert has an issue with that. And I don't really understand why. And then, still hang around because I'm going to keep doing this. But it's a conversation. The reason why I like Donald is because he's not on nobody's side. You know what I mean? He's like, if the NFL is fixed, then why do you do this? Then why do you need other people's material? Okay, so it's kind of like spreading the message. Like my whole reason for getting into this was really not for subs. I didn't do it like, yeah, I'm gonna get a bunch of subs. I didn't go and look at a bunch of channels. I just knew the playoff game was happening because my neighbor watches, the neighbor used to live there, watches basketball. And I was just like, I don't really watch it. I mean, they didn't really like me much, but nonetheless, the few conversations, we did have, we talked about basketball and he was like, do you watch it? And I was like, no. And then I told him, I said, I don't watch it because sports are fixed. And I've came to this reality, with basketball back when Magic was playing. This is 20 years ago. Back when Shaquille O'Neal was playing with Magic, I stopped watching it because I was like, the playoffs and the championship games are fixed, so I'm not watching basketball anymore. So I don't get this material per se from somebody else to say, yeah, they said, this came from myself just observing basketball, some 20 odd years ago, and just like, nah, it's fixed. And when I started noticing it in football was back when Cordell Stewart was playing. So I lost interest in sports a long time ago. I haven't watched a full basketball game or a full football game in years. I just don't do it. Now, why this irritates some of you people, I don't know. It's like y'all don't like why choose to go to somebody's channel and be thoroughly irritated by what they're saying? Just don't go to their channel. I don't understand this. Nonetheless, my channel is it's still growing. I have 109, 10 subscribers now. So I'm still growing and I'm happy with that because we're having this conversation. Some people like you don't talk about anything but sports being fixed. I'm like, well, you need to go and look at my old material because I talk about aliens, God, medical. I'm about to make a channel on medical history. My degree is in healthcare administration. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make a healthcare admin channel. I know that sounds boring to a lot of you, but the fact is we all have some type of healthcare. Nonetheless, and I'm gonna look up medicines. I'm not gonna tell some people what to use and what to stuff like that. I'm just gonna compare medicines to food. I'm gonna be like, this medicine has this in it, this type of food has this in it. But I'll be doing my research, so that will be like a once a week type of video. And for any you guys who's interested, when it pops up, and that'll be cool because everybody has medical issues. Anyway, let's get back. As far as sports is concerned, I do like I like when you guys comment, especially McSully, what up, McSully? My dude, McSully. I like when you guys comment even if it's a little rough around the edges, I go in and I just don't like being called names and stuff like that. You know, this is how much I don't watch sports. I thought Super Bowl Sunday was this Sunday. That's how much I don't watch it. Like I was like, yeah, Siri, what time? When's the game coming on? I was all hyped up, like, yeah, the game's coming on. I'm about to make a video and get some reaction video. The game don't come on until next week. That just goes to show you guys, I don't watch the games. So why you guys yelling at me about watching the games? And all I do is I go and I look at the highlights and I take apart the highlights. So, God bless some of you people who get upset at me for just the trivial things and then want to go in on a brother, but none of y'all want to come see me in that boxing ring. Y'all can come and get some of this 270 in that boxing ring. Y'all come get some of Mr. Tony in that boxing ring. Boom! You can come get some of this. But y'all don't want to see me. Y'all want to see me in that boxing ring. You know what I'm saying? I always keep that invitation open. You know what I'm saying? Y'all come see me. I'm 50 years old. You can come up and get some. I may not win, but you going to get hit one good time. Boom, Mr. Tony. Bam! Yeah. Don't want none of this. Anyway, reading some of these comments, Mick Solly's just, tripping on some of the stuff I said. But he's like, no, listen, no, listen. And he's, mocking what I said. But yeah, so I don't watch the sports, you guys. You guys need to chill out. Everything about the Matrix is fixed, says Adam Lastman. Yes, Adam, this is true. Everything about the Matrix is fixed. That was the whole point of the Matrix. The story was actually written by a black woman too. The whoever brothers they are, they didn't write the Matrix. They pretty much took it and tried to and did what they did a good job of what they did with it, but it wasn't their story. But everything about the Matrix is fixed. This is true. When you look at all sports, you look at them and it's fixed, and then you have to ask yourself, when did sports become fixed? Not as in when in the timeline, like what date, like 2000 whatever or 19 whatever. That would probably be back when Joe Theismann was going to the bookies and doing stuff with the bookies and got caught doing it, Broadway Joe. They start fixing the games back then, but when it came so blatantly fixed, the military got involved in it. That's 2000 and I think it's 2005 or 2009 when the military and the whole standing up for the national anthem, and that's when they paid the NFL millions of dollars to have a military presence. So when did it become fixed? And then you got to look at, when did it become fixed? Like, what age is it fixed? Like, is it eighth grade baseball? Is it, second grade badminton? Like, what, like, for any of you who play, see, I played all the way up into high school and I start getting, hit, and because I had a bad habit of spearheading people when I hit, and I start feeling, like getting stunned and getting burners. And one day I had a great game. I actually broke a high school record for most consecutive hits. I was playing nose guard, and I got to the offensive player with the ball 8 consecutive times, and next thing you know, I got scouted by Penn State and Slippery Rock, and they sent me 2 letters, and also caught a burner in that game, I think, and I also I had a fumble recovery, so I had a great game, but nonetheless, I noticed that the pads from the helmets was not stopping the impact of me and another individual. Even if we were just a few feet from each other, you would still either catch a burner, and you some kids done the right, did like Ryan Shazier have done, and next thing you know, they weren't able to move anymore. My hit was never that worse, but I hit a couple people. I told you guys I got hit by Brian Chismar when I was in 8th grade. He was like in 10th grade. He hit me right off the line, and my whole head was just ringing, and I was pretty much standing there helpless. I could barely see, and I knew that was the beginning of